Quince is not in every household. However, it grows everywhere. It's very apple, pear, like Chris suggested. I think there's lots of ways to cook with it, but the texture of the fruit raw is just not that great.
What's it like?
Fibrous, very fibrous, and most of the times you'll see quince in a wine bar on a cheese plate. Pairs great when you cook down your quince for a long time. It gets a nice red color. I think everything you can think of that you can do with an apple or pear, with the exception of a cider. I've never heard of quince cider, although that sounds pretty cool. Never done that. Might be a good idea to try one of these days. Okay, so the poaching liquid is right here. Red wine and sugar. Cook it down a little bit, and then we'll take the quince and we put the quince in a bag, cryovac it, and sous vide it for about 24 hours at 70 Celsius, give or take. Depends on the texture. You want it to be tender, not mushy. Kind of like al dente pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and take the center core out. And what we do then is put it in a bag with a little bit of syrup. And we'll put it in here at 70 Celsius. When it's ripe and you cook it down, it naturally turns kind of a pinkish color, which I think is why I probably always use red wine, because it doesn't change the color too much. It's more resembling a pear to me. A lot of pears are really firm when you get it. And when I was a kid, I hated pears. I never really understood it until the day, like, I don't know, let's say 6-7 years ago, when I first discovered how to poach beautiful poached pears. It changes your world. You take like a honey, sugar mixture with some white wine, and you poach your pears in it for like 3 hours at a really low temperature. You pull them out, that pear has a nice golden skin to it, and it's just so sweet. If you add a little vanilla to it, you get these little brown vanilla specks all over the pear, and it's just 10 times better than eating a raw pear, having a nice poached pear. So I would probably use that as a metaphor for the quince. Take that quince, slowly poach it, and it's just like butter when you get it out. So we have a creme fraiche panna cotta with a jelly from the syrup that we poached that quince in. Try a piece?
Probably 128. It's a pound.
Some of these guys on just
So
little violas.
what are these?
These are purple violas, edible blossoms. And then we have some micro celery. It's crisp, it's not too strong, and it pairs well with it. And it kind of brightens up the plate with a little greenery on there. So, that is the dish. I think it tastes pretty awesome. Yeah.
Does a lot of the flavor get into the gel on top?
It's subtle, but subtle's good because you don't want to overpower the creme fraiche. So it's a good marry together. Something like this might go on rebar, which is a very simplified menu downstairs. It would not go in 16, but something like this would be perfect for rebar downstairs. We kind of keep it simple down there, but fresh and vibrant and seasonal. So I learned it on accident, like I learned everything, but it was a recipe I was going across years back, and it called for cupuaçu. I looked at it and noticed it was from Brazil, and then I looked it up a little bit more, and then I realized it was a pastry application because it's related to chocolate. It's in the same family as the cocoa bean.